was thinking about, first thing, guy that popped in my head was Billy Graham, right?
Superstar Billy Graham.
Back then, I watched when
Yep.
I was a kid, right? He's he was good back then, but when he lost the belt, right? He lost it a little bit at the same time, but he could have took advantage. If he lost the belt, he could still go beat up people, like say, all right, I lost the belt, not take it personal, but like kind of like get, keep his image alive, like for just go do all this stuff, maybe do a tag team, maybe turn on his opponent, whatever, do all this stuff, maybe do more of a variety. I don't know if he's used to being the champion and that he felt like that it was too much for him to lose the belt. I don't know, but he could have.
It took a big toll on him.
His image could have lasted longer. He could have
He changed his look. He changed his character when he came back after losing that championship. He went from a big, huge bodybuilder, Hollywood type guy into this kung fu master, and the character never went off and until he made a comeback, and he was a manager for Don Morocco.
Yeah, well, so he was good for. He was a good talker too. Like.
Oh, he was a very good talker.
It's a good talker, which is good for to help him out. It was good for his character. But
And as far as talking to, I know what people are going to say, okay, well, if I'm going to accuse Hogan of that, 6 phrases, 5 moves, what about Ric Flair? Ric Flair, still, more charisma.
Yeah, he had more showmanship behind his. See, with Flair, it really wasn't the number of moves that he had.
Right.
It was how he sold the moves and what he did. Yeah, you used to see him do the backflip over the turnbuckles and run down the apron to go up the other side. Always end up getting caught. I don't think he's ever caught.
Yeah, he has never, he gets clothesline, goes over the ropes, runs to the corner, climbs the ropes pretty good, gets caught, and slammed.
I don't think he's ever completed it, to be honest with you.
And he always landed on his side on Bison. And I wonder if that's from he does it on purpose because of the plane accident. I don't know if it's
Probably.
make adjustments because of the
Maybe.
from I don't know if he had a back injury, right? He had back.
My favorite selling point with Ric Flair is when somebody would go to punch him, he'd stand there, take 2 steps, and then just face plant himself right into the mat.
Him and Greg the Hammer Valentine sold at the best.
Yep.
You would give all your oomph, just that forearm right across the bridge of the nose.
Yep.
And every other guy that you ever hit got knocked out. So you're sitting going, the hell? It didn't work? All of a sudden,
Yeah.
Boom. Yep.
That's funny.
I swear,
Valentine.
I swear Valentine tried to be another Ric Flair. Tried to be a more, for the time, modern Ric Flair. Because wasn't Valentine around like 10 years after, came around 10 years after Flair?
Flair was
The AWA.
early to mid 70s, and Valentine came in like 78, 79.
Okay, so about 8 or 9 years after, 6.
Yeah.
About,
Flair had a few years in.
Yeah, Flair had some time under his belt, but I swear Valentine tried to be, for the time, a modern Ric Flair. Just about everything he did, up to his finishing move, which was the figure 4 leg lock at the time, everything was pretty much Ric Flair all over again.
Yeah, like Ric Flair when he's wearing the suits, right? And he starts tearing it off, starts screaming you're like.
Well, who was Ric
100%
Flair
into,
trying to get out? That was like the exact
That's good.
mirror image of Ric Flair. Was Playboy Buddy Rose?
I think so.
He
Buddy
had the
Rose,
long-
I
he
think
had the-
was
Was
he
he
the referee
Buddy
too?
Rose at the time? He was,
Yeah.
I think Buddy Rose was the original Nature Boy at the time.
Right. Long blonde hair, the robes,
Yep.
the women,
What would be
and the
considered,
figure 4 leg lock.
what would be considered 10 to 15,000 for the time, $10,000 to $15,000 robes. Those things were unbelievable.
The Buddy Rogers, the Nature Boy also. Buddy Rogers.
Rogers, that's the one. Thank you,
Yes.
Buddy Rogers. Yes. And then of course you had guys like
But Bruno, of course,
the gorgeous George wannabe, adorable Adrian Adonis,
oh man.
who should have stayed with a biker look. I don't think he should have dyed his hair and went flowery. Which is basically what he did. He dyed his hair.
Mr. Adrian Adonis.
Yes, Mr. Adrian, great talent. He was
Yes.
a hell of a talent, but
More of a reason to give him a beat.
I don't think he could
Because
pull off.
instigator.
I don't think he would have pulled off the bleached blonde hair
Oh man.
too well. He wasn't. He wasn't a
He
small
broke
guy.
boundaries though. I mean, he came out on TNT, Tuesday Night Titans,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, and announced, "I'm gay." Of course, he wasn't, but for the characters to go and say, there are other characters that he's kind of give that image. It's like, okay, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
But he came right out, and in the mid '80s,
Yeah. When that was unheard of. That was
yeah.
definitely
So
unheard
he
of.
broke some boundaries.
He certainly did. I will give him credit for that. But the lavender colored tights he wasn't a small guy, man.
No.
Looked like totally out of shape. He was kind of Bundy shaped, in a sense.
Well, in the beginning, he was wrestler style. I mean, he was
Yeah, Morocco style.
right, and then all of a sudden, all that just went to
Yeah, went to pot, if you will.
cheeseburgers and
Went from
milkshakes.
I looked like a big frog at first, right? And then it turns into a bullfrog after a regular frog into a bullfrog. I remember one time when he was against Andre the Giant when he wasn't as fat. He looked so small next to Andre. It was like a little just get out of here, like just kill him.
Andre made everybody look small.
Oh man,
He was another great
great.
legend that.
But he did have the belt for a short time, right, Andre?
Yes, he did.
Then he handed it to $1 Million Man.
Yeah,
Yep.
he had it for about 10 seconds.
They can say he had the belt at that time, like once, at least once. But like, you figure, right, once he gets the belt, who's gonna beat him right after that? The Warrior beat him a bunch of times.
Yep. The late Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah.
We found out died from a massive coronary. They're saying it's not alcohol or drug related, at least not that they can tell.
Correct.
I
Tend to doubt that.
like I said, I think it's another Eddie Guerrero thing all over again. Stuff he did in the past finally caught up with him.
Right.
Yeah, it was the way that it was worded when you were actually reading the report itself. There was like another little phrase that they had used, currently, it wasn't currently related to.
Yeah, it wasn't currently related to
Yeah.
drugs or alcohol.
There
Which
was
leads
like
me
another phrase in there that they had
right,
added
exactly.
Not
into it, like
currently.
alluding to the
like-
fact that it quite possibly
like he
could have
wasn't-
messed up in the past.
Like he wasn't doing anything like that now, but like Eddie Guerrero did stuff in the past and then just ended up catching up with him. Pretty much like I had pretty much predicted off air anyway. I predicted
Yeah.
this one off air. There was rumors of him having a twin too. There was rumors of there being two Ultimate Warriors, and then one of them left WWE to become the Renegade.
Yes.
I don't know anything about that, but
I thought the Renegade was like a separate guy from WCW, right?
yeah.
Renegade was part of WCW, but he was in no way, shape, or form related to the Ultimate Warrior.
But I heard, well, this my opinion on Renegade, right? I heard he committed suicide just because.
The Renegade
Now,
has committed suicide.
why? I mean, if you want to be wrestler fans, right? Change your gimmick. Do something different. Just they say, hey, all right, I won't be a renegade anymore. I'll be. Maybe you had a problem with maybe called the fake warrior or something like that, right? Well, just change your gimmick. Do
That
something.
would've-
Just do something different.
That would
You
have
know,
been interesting to see.
So
They
yeah,
had
but-
Undertaker versus Undertaker. Why couldn't they have Ultimate Warrior versus Ultimate Warrior? You had two guys who looked identical.
Well, get the renegade to like
Yeah,
have a match and then
Put the Phoenix paint on.
make it it would be a good marketing idea to do it, right? We have maybe renegade cross over. This would be perfect. So have him come over here, right? Almost like maybe attack the warrior or something in the middle of a match. It's like, who's this guy?
Yep.
And like I'm the ultimate warrior. I'm better warrior than you are. Like, you want to see a warrior? Here I am.
Right.
I think they compared to the Ultimate Warrior though. It's pretty. Ultimate Warrior's a lot, more muscle. Like looks wise, you look
The
a
last
lot bigger and everything
batch
else.
of videos that the Ultimate Warrior made his own YouTube program and all that, the guy was jacked. I mean, it looked like someone took I know it was muscle, but like someone took a
Was it
a
recent?
tire pump.
Recently, this recent or back then?
I would say at least maybe 3 years ago, tops.
Yep.
And he looked, and he had the dark hair. It was short, whiffled, but like someone took a tire pump and
Yeah.
all of a sudden he comes out to receive his Hall of Fame. He's now white-haired, sporting a scruffy little goatee, and he's like half the size he was. He did not look good at the Hall of Fame. It was great seeing him.
I think, but my opinion is that it's kind of like, I think it's a relation to, Lyle Zato. You want to make a comeback? He's doing the aerobic videos.
Yeah.
You want to make a comeback? He's taking steroids, and then I think when you go back to the steroid, then they end up with cancer after that, brain cancer, I think, and then that was it. And then I think, or maybe wanted to make a comeback. He's like in his 50s, right? Maybe he's one of the, all right, so I'm gonna make a comeback. Maybe he just decided, all right, and then maybe as you're trying to make the comeback, maybe something happened and that, and health-wise deteriorated after that. I think that's a possibility, I think.
I think
Yeah.
with Warrior, much like Guerrero, it almost seemed kind of sudden. Like I said, I don't know what long-lasting problems he's had, internally or whatnot, but it just seemed, not only did he join the Hall of Fame, but he's also joined another club that I had made up called the Gone Too Soon Club.
Yes.
Like I said, he's up there with the likes of Rick Rude, Kurt Hennings, Owen Hart.
He's in
British
his 50s.
Bulldogs. Yeah, but still.
Both British Bulldogs are gone now?
I don't
Davey
know
Boy
about
Smith.
I know Davey Boy's gone. Dynamite. Last I heard, Dynamite was in a wheelchair. Was the last thing I heard. I don't know if he's gone, but I know the Bulldog is gone.
Correct. In his 50s.
Yep.
Big Boss Man, 50s.
Yep.
Eddie Guerrero, 35.
How about John Tenta?
Mabel 43.
Mabel. Yep.
This
Earthquake, gone.
Yokozuna.
Yokozuna's a weight problem. He kind of brought that one upon himself, but
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's
it's
still
still
part of
John
the-
Tenta
yeah.
had pancreatic cancer,
yep.
and then it turned into bladder cancer. So, we lost some of them to natural causes and, things that you can't control, and other ones you can control, and they just decided to, the old saying, live fast and die young.
That's about what most of those guys did.
Sitting at the Warrior, almost like we were talking about last week, that kind of almost like knew something was going to happen to him, and really soon he knew he was on his way out.
That one he took in the promo that I saw, the last Raw promo we pulled. It was almost like,
He was saying goodbye.
yep, and it all took me back to Chris Benoit before he died.
Gets out of the ring, and he just,
Yep.
holds the ECW championship belt. It's like he's saying goodbye.
Yep. Wow.
It's it's like tough life, right? A lot, almost like, well, it's tough to do a long years in wrestling. You're better off doing like a short career and then do something else. That's it. It's probably be better off, kind of like football. You go and do so many years, then, all right, then I did my career. I'm done. While you're in one piece still, you don't have to get injured, get hooked on painkillers or whatever. Or drink, or just so you don't be in pain all the time.
Well, that's Adam
You gotta do
Copeland.
some balance.
He knew his time was, his time was coming to a short, and rather than force that last match, he called it quits. Now he makes movies.
Yep.
Yep.
Absolutely.
It's tough business to get banged up. It's like a fan might watch it and say, oh, they're not really getting hurt, but you get slammed
Okay.
once, right? I got power slammed in training class, and seemed like they did it a little bit harder than so my whole back, realigned. My whole back. Oh, that was good. I get up. Hey, I was like, thanks a lot, but I was like wondering what the heck's going on here. One body slam, and it was one of those rings that, not the bouncy rings. It was
Yeah.
it was kind of like the mat
Like the
Type
Richard
ring.
Burns ring.
Yeah,
Yes.
and it was his.
Was it
That's a
his ring?
night- that
Was.
ring's a nightmare.
That ring wasn't.
There's Chico Suave. Remember Chico Suave?
I remember Chico Suave.
Power slam me, right? A little bit hard, almost like he was directed to do that to me, so you get this guy to quit. But no, it's like, oh, my back feels better now, but you can't do that all the time though.
Well, that's going back to Hogan when he first came in. The Briscoes broke his leg for him during training. They said, "Okay, see you later, kid." He went home, let the leg heal, came back and says, "Okay, I'm ready for more."
Yeah.
So it was the Briscoes, Jerry and
Jack?
thank you, Jerry and Jack Briscoe that brought Hogan in.
I wonder if
yeah.
Hogan did that with Hillbilly Jim. I wonder if he injured Hillbilly Jim.
Well, Jim went through a leg break, didn't he?
During training though?
Well, no, I don't know about during training, but
Hey, why did they do that? Why did they do that to the poor guy? They wanted to take their job or what? Test him? I don't know. What they
Probably
see if there was-
see if you're.
if you're serious, they will. What do they do? They slam
Bagwell?
Puff. Thank you. He teleport.
And
They
he, like,
slammed him
messed
so
himself?
hard. He
He messed his shorts in the middle
Yeah.
in the ring or something like that?
he pooped himself.
Yep.
Man.
I can honestly say I'm glad that's never happened to me. I've puked. I've puked. Yeah. Yes. Please, I'm too old to take that. I'd take them swims.
Playing.
When you get older, right? I think it's harder when you if you're a wrestler and you're older wrestler. Those things might happen. You know, because body functions. You know,
Well, that's
Yeah,
why
don't agree.
that's why CVS sells Depends. You know, before you go into your match, throw one on.
That's supposed to be a cheap plug for CBS. No.
Never.
Yes, always. I think that's about it. But wow, the show went by fast. Did a lot of reminiscing, a lot of listening to the singing,
yeah.
Wow, we did this without no break.
and we did it without a break.
Wow.
So we're ready. What the?
Yeah, I know, right?
First time for everything, folks.
Actually, we kind of had a break because he was talking.
Yeah, they had their break while I was taking up all the space, airspace. Oh man.
We're kidding with you, Mr.
I don't
Tuck.
remember falling asleep.
He's asking for it today, I'm telling you. I know the guy's gonna give it to him. Isn't that right, Mr. Pussy? You gonna give it to him? Good. Not that kind of show, folks. So we close the laptop on another fine episode of, or an interesting episode of Krymzon Kompany. I can't even call it, I don't even know if I can even call it a fine one.
You don't know what to call it.
The untitled episode of Krymzon Kompany. So for the Twisted Tenor, Mr. Lynn McHaggis and Mr. Chris Krymzon, and for the lack of the twig and the pig, we'll see.
The twig and the pig. That's good. I don't care. You know what? You know what? Look at the flex on the fan. Show the tan. I don't care. This show's not over yet. Till I say so.
Somebody get a lawnmower.
And he's out the door. We'll see you next week, folks. See you next week, folks. Say Krymzon time.
Because in the